Wind blows in from the cooler months, metamorphosing into the warm and fragrant springtime, fecund with flowers and produce. The goddess Venus is orbited by an assembly of ancient figures: a lover, a son, 3 graces, all of which adorn the beautiful setting with their voluptuous bodies and clear, wistful expressions as spring has sprung. Primavera, spring. Venus stands in the centre of an orange grove. The fruits are palpably aromatic, dotting around the painting, mimicking the pale flowers at the figure's feet, which stimulate our vision, as you can imagine they would our noses, were we with these gods and goddesses in the flesh. She is surrounded by nature and other ethereal figures from the ancient world, such as the 3 graces, who resemble Venus with their enchanting faces, which swoon, tilting their necks as they dance in sheer clothing, showing off their idealized bodies. Clothed in white and adorned in pearls, they are said to be virgins, and therefore quote-unquote pure. Mars, the god of war, is also on the left, relaxed with sword away, in Venus's nurturing female environment, as is evoked by the abundant and luscious fruit and foliage all around, a metaphor for female fertility. Zephyr and Chloris are on the right, as in Ovid's Metamorphoses. He is abducting her, which results in the figure of Flora, who moves into the space, bringing spring with her, as per the painting's title. Overhead is Venus's son Cupid, about to cause mischief. As we can guess, he is about to shoot one of the virginal graces, implying she's about to get married. This painting was commissioned as a marriage portrait, thus intended to hold moralistic themes for the purpose of teaching the bride, as Lilian Zirpolo notes in her essay Lessons for the Bride. The presence of Chloris and Zephyr is furthermore a moral to be learnt. She is attempting to flee his grip, though the story goes that he succeeds in her capture, marries her, and she resultantly turns into the beautiful and thriving goddess Flora. I need not explain this narrative further, as the message is nothing if not transparent. The painting, just like The Birth of Venus by Botticelli, is supremely flat, and the lighting unrealistic. Their pale skin stands out in a rather bewitching way, as if they are glowing in the shadowy woods. Unlike chiaroscuro used by fellow Italian master Caravaggio a century or so later, this light and dark contrast is unnatural. The form of the trees frame the figures almost to a level of topiary, particularly if we look at Venus. So our eyes are drawn once more to her beguiling presence. The emphasis is on beauty, less so on nature. Botticelli subscribed to Neoplatonism, the depiction of beauty as that which is divine and therefore can instill in us a sentiment that makes us closer to God. These bodies demonstrate the beautiful peculiar, as the embrace of an unreality is celebrated, reflective of the godly subject matter. As bewitched as we can be by the painting, it's easy to forget the undercurrent to the work focuses on the subjugation of women. Apart from Chloris's distress, who ends up content as Flora anyway, the female faces are placid, daydreaming almost, as they dance and be in pretty dresses and adorned hair. We view through Botticelli's gaze, witnessing their depicted vacancy permitting our dominance over them, as the patron husband would be over his bride. The context of this work, along with the rich symbolism sewn into social and cultural history, not even just art history, injects a whole new interpretation into what is otherwise, in my opinion, near aesthetic perfection. And this is truly the joy of the history of art. Do you see the work differently now you know or are reminded of its contextual story? I'd love to know. A lot of people I know like to access art purely and without the discourse or history. Others eat it up, preferring conceptualism and or history above all else. Let me know what you think. Maybe there's a future video there.